Now, in addition to those strategies for these groups of harder to place pets, we have some, sometimes we really focus on highlighting an individual, an animal that's been there a while. And we're really blessed that our dog care manager has a knack for writing, and he writes a lot of these. We also started to use this little bow tie as a little trademark for some of our ads so that people immediately recognize that the animals are ours, or that's the hope. Plus, it just looks kind of cute on them, you know. And in this case, Tim, if you had a chance to read it, you know, just writes about this dog and how he, you know, he just wants to play and he'll entertain you. This guy, again, Tim came up with this whole concept of you see these buns of steel, it's from all the tail wagging. And I like running, swimming, playing, fetch, running, biking, and did I mention running? It just makes it very fun and silly, and especially when you're competing maybe with a lot of breeders in your paper to get the attention for your pets. Doing something fun that gets people talking is important. Also on the internet, you know, a good photo and a good description is really important. The same thing with the kitties. In this case, this kitty says, sure, I may have a little extra junk in my trunk, but that just means more of me to love. And you'll fall in love faster than I can eat a can of Fancy Feast. And, you know, it does entice people to come in and actually ask to see these particular animals. And we only do this because it takes time for the ones that are having a problem getting adopted. And this one's for an older kitty, and she says, adopt me, we can watch reruns of Frasier and have a warm glass of milk before bedtime. And it just paints a kind of nice, sweet image for the right person for that kitty cat. We run Pet of the Week ads, and for years they were sponsored by a car dealership, and then it went out of business, and we thought, uh-oh. So we went to our volunteers and said, please, can you help us keep the ad running? And so now we have businesses that send $90, and actually individuals, too. Sometimes it just says, you know, sponsored by Mary Smith. To keep these ads in the local paper, and that's where we use some of the funny, silly descriptions as well. We also do posters within the shelter, especially to highlight cats that might be in a colony room or an animal that's been there a while, maybe one that someone has taken under their wing into their office or something. And, you know, sometimes promoting that challenge in it, could you love a beautiful lady with an attitude? And that sometimes helps. Again, promoting the individuals, you don't have to come up with the funding yourself. This was paid for by a car dealership, and it highlighted 36 pets all at once. This one, 12 Strays of Christmas, was donated the space by the local paper. We asked if they would do it, and you'll be surprised when you ask. Sometimes people can be very generous. We have this Pet Star board in our shelter. The media outlets like it because it's promotion for them, but it also helps when someone comes in and says, I think I saw a black dog on TV, for you to identify which black dog that was. And some people just see them in the shelter and then this board in the shelter, and then they like the idea of adopting a pet that was a star. We also do staff picks just like your video store or bookstore does, and it's a lot of fun, of course, but you know, the staff, they invariably pick some of these special needs, treatable pets, maybe an animal that they help nurse back to health. We highlight special things on stickers on the cage cards because it pops, so we highlight declawed kitties, senior for senior candidates. I've had my teeth cleaned is another one that helps. If you don't know about the hide, perch, and go boxes, check them out. They really help to make a lot of shy and traumatized cats a lot more adoptable. And of course, you know, for us, getting those dogs out of their cages, the ones that don't show well behind, you know, a gate or something, and the volunteers, their role in doing that has been really critical for us. Photos, that old thing, a picture's worth 1,000 words, it sure is true. And we struggle for money just like everybody else, but when you ask people for specific things, they're really likely to come forward for you. And this really nice SLR camera that works well for taking pictures of animals was purchased for us because we asked. We got 2 of these little cameras, and this great photo was taken by one of many professional photographers who we've asked to help us out. There's lots of people who want to help you succeed. Of course, conventional media, social networking. I'm not going to go into that because Christy will talk to you about it. YouTube, if you get a chance to check out our page, we've got Adopt a Black Pet and also our Home for the Holidays PSAs. I guess, in closing, we just really feel that compassion really knows no limits. And it's like what Barbara said, give it a try. You'll be amazed at what people will do when you ask, when you expect the best of them. They really do come through in ways that, I still find amazing sometimes.